Your phone buzzes at 7:12 p.m., 2 days after payday. It is the group chat. Dinner tonight? You open your bank app, see $1,846, and you say yes. If you are low or middle income and you keep feeling fine on payday, then broke by week 2, this video is for you. Because the problem usually is not one huge purchase, it is the small social spending right after payday that feels harmless but quietly wipes out your month. And by the end, you will have one simple rule you decide before the moment happens, so your money does not depend on willpower at 9 p.m. 2 weeks later, you are staring at $19, wondering how a quick night became the reason your month collapsed. So what is really happening in that gap? Here is the mini proof most people do not like to hear. About 4 in 10 adults say they could not cover a $400 emergency with cash alone. One small surprise can push people into credit, fees, or both. And when money is tight, even a single overdraft fee around $34 can feel like a punishment for being human. This is Wealth Mentor Pro, where every lesson is a step closer to your freedom. Today is about a quiet problem, small social spending right after payday that feels harmless but slowly wipes out your month. And we are going to turn it into something you can actually control. If this helps even a little, you can leave a like and we'll keep going. Let us make the goal clear. We are not trying to become a monk. We are trying to build net worth, because net worth is what you own minus what you owe. And when social spending drains your month, it does not just steal comfort. It blocks the building blocks of wealth. A buffer, less high-cost debt, and eventually ownership and investing later. Think of payday like setting a route on your phone's map. If you do not pick a route, you still move. You just drift wherever the next turn feels easiest. Here is what that drift looks like in real life. Imagine you bring home $2,600 a month. Rent is $1,200. Utilities and phone are $220. Minimum debt payments are $180. Groceries and transit are $400. Before you even live, you are down to about $600. That is not a lot of runway. Now the first weekend hits. Dinner is $28, drinks are $16, and the ride home is $22 because it is late. That is $66, and it does not feel dramatic. The second weekend is a birthday. The third is just one more catch-up. 4 weekends like that is not a moral failure. It is a pattern, and suddenly, $250 to $300 is gone. The buffer never got built, and the month gets tight exactly when you least need stress. Do this today. Before you make any weekend plans, move $25 to a buffer spot the moment you get paid. A separate savings pocket, a different account, even cash in an envelope. The amount is small on purpose. The stake is big. If you do not build a buffer, life charges interest when it surprises you. So here is the question to hold on to. If one $25 move can change your whole month, why do we keep skipping it? Now, most advice videos tell you to budget harder, like the problem is a spreadsheet. But this is not only math, it is timing, pressure, and the hidden add-ons, because the month usually does not disappear from one huge mistake. It disappears from a few small detours that do not look like detours while you are taking them. A cheap plan is not just the restaurant bill. It is the appetizer because everyone is sharing. It is the second drink because the conversation is finally relaxing. It is the ride share because the bus feels unsafe at midnight. It is the late snack because you did not eat enough at dinner. A $32 dinner turns into $72 without a single reckless decision. That is the quiet part. Here is a number that changes perspective. If you have 2 unplanned nights out that land around $70 each, that is $140. For a lot of people, $140 is a car repair, copay, a week of groceries, or the difference between fine and credit card week. And credit card interest rates often live around 20% or more, which means borrowing to cover small gaps can get expensive fast. Do this today. Write down the true cost list for your most common social plan. 3 lines only. For example, meal, ride, and 1 extra. Put a number next to each. If you do not name the true cost, you cannot control the trade-off. And here is the next question. If your brain underestimates the true cost on purpose, how do you protect yourself without banning fun? Now zoom out. This is not because you enjoy people. It is because payday creates a feeling. It feels like air after being underwater. It feels like, finally, I can say yes. And that feeling is real. But it is also temporary. When we are tired, we do not choose what is best long-term. We choose what reduces stress right now. That is not laziness. That is being human with a nervous system. And social plans right after payday are tempting because they come with relief, belonging, and identity. You are not just buying food. You are buying a moment where money is not the main character. Now here is the wealth-building connection. If the first half of your month is social yeses, the second half becomes financial no's. No to saving. No to paying extra on high-cost debt. No to building a tiny cushion. And without those, you stay vulnerable. That is how the cycle stays in place. So the goal is not perfection. The goal is a system that works even when you are tired. A good system does not rely on guilt. It relies on decisions you make while you are calm. We are going to install 3 switches. These are not personal financial advice. They are simple rules you can adapt to your life and income. And they are designed for people who may have only $50 to $200 a month to work with. Not people pretending money is unlimited. Rule 1. Route your payday in 5 minutes. Bills, buffer, then fun. This matters because the first minutes after payday decide whether the rest of the month feels safe or shaky. If you are paid bi-weekly and you move just $30 each payday into a buffer, that is about $60 a month. In 5 months, you are at $300 without a heroic effort. Keep it simple. List the bills due before your next paycheck and park that money where you will not touch it. Then move the buffer amount. Then, and only then, you decide what is left for wants. If your income is irregular, use a percentage instead, like 2% to 5% of what came in, even if it is small. The point is to make future you a guaranteed line item. Rule 2, the main one, the social pocket rule. If it is not in the pocket, it is not a yes today. This matters because it removes the hardest part of money decisions, deciding in the moment, under pressure. Here is what it looks like. You set $25 a week as your social pocket. It can be cash, a separate debit card, or a labeled account. When friends ask you out and the pocket has $18, you do not debate. You pick a plan that fits $18 or you pass. This rule protects relationships too because you can offer a cheaper yes instead of a silent no. I am in, but I am keeping it simple. Coffee or a walk. Or, I cannot do dinner, but I can do dessert. And if someone judges you for that, the issue is not your money. It is the kind of friendship that expects you to pay to belong. The social pocket rule is not about punishment. It is about boundaries that make stability possible. Rule 3. The $30 pause. If an unplanned plan will cost more than $30, you wait 1 day, or you downgrade the plan. This matters because a 24-hour pause breaks the payday spell. A quick dinner can easily become $75 with a ride and extras. If you pause, your calm brain gets a chance to choose a smarter option. Can we do something low-key tonight and plan dinner next week? Or you host. Come over. I have got pasta and we can catch up. The pause is not about killing joy. It is about choosing your joy on purpose. And when you use it consistently, something important happens. You stop treating your future like an emergency. You create room. Room for a buffer. Room to reduce high-cost debt. Room that can later become saving and, eventually, diversified long-term investing as a concept. Boring, realistic, no guarantees, and built on a foundation that does not crack every time life gets loud. Now bring it back to that first text message. How does a $45 night become a month-ending problem? Here is the 1-minute ritual that answers it. Before you reply to any plan after payday, do the doorway check. Ask one question: is this coming out of my social pocket or out of my future? If it is the pocket, enjoy it. If it is the future, pause or pick a cheaper yes. And if you want a simple equation to keep in your head, use this. Plan cost plus add-ons times repeats equals the real number. A $35 dinner plus a $20 ride is $55. Do that 4 times and it is $220. That is not shame. That is clarity. Wealth building is slow, uneven, and personal. No overnight transformations. But when you protect the first week after payday, you protect the whole month. And when you protect the whole month, you protect your net worth. You reduce the chances that a $400 surprise becomes debt. You start stacking small wins that feel boring, and then one day they feel like stability. Next time your phone buzzes with dinner tonight, you will not need a lecture in your head. You will have a rule you already chose. Bills, buffer, then fun. Social pocket only. Pause above $30. Calm decisions made early. This is Wealth Mentor Pro. If you enjoyed this, you can like the video and subscribe for more calm, practical money guidance. And if you want to keep going right now, watch the next suggested video.